Okay, guys, welcome. Yes, it is Friday the 13th, January 13th, that is, 2023. This is my first tier list of the new year. Of course, I've done these before, and I got inspired to do this, believe it or not. I'm going to look up the person right now because I have in my history queue on YouTube. But the person that inspired me to do this was BanQ0, who I think did theirs, uh, I think, about, trying to, see here, did theirs about 2 years ago for the 500th, subscription celebration. And it got me thinking, why not do the same thing? And I was looking to make sure there was one that had plenty of ships. I did find another one. I might do that maybe later if I get the chance. Basically, give you maybe two MLP ship, tier list makers in a day, or I might just leave that as it is. Because if I decide to do it, it'll probably be more of the same. Basically, categorize like who I think goes where, ship wise. But it might be different. Who knows? Because I do have more variety, if you will. But yeah, like I said, Band Q0 inspired me to do this. And just like he did in his, I kind of renamed a lot of the categories because this is already an established tier list that was made. So at the top, I'm going to point these out to you guys. At the top here, we have shipped in canon, cartoon, and IDW comics. And what that's going to consist of is ships that pretty much are officially canonized, or pretty much could be, if not are, somewhat canonized by the MLP staff on both the cartoon and the comics. So as well as by the fans. So it's overall, the ships that go in here are canonized by the staff of the cartoon, the comics, and the fans. It basically covers all three categories, and there will be some that go in there that you may or may not agree with. The same with this, which is could see it being a ship based on what was shown. This is basically like a pairing that could be seen as something more after what we had seen or read in the seen in the cartoon or read in the comics. So they could be something. It could not be, but that's what it is. The third one is fans want it to be shipped. In other words, this is more along the lines of fans want this to happen or fans wanted it to happen. So those will be ships that fans, in their own way, even through their own stories, are making it happen, but they want it to be shipped. They wanted it to be canon, if you will. The next one is just good friends with a chance to be more. In other words, they consider. In other words, the pairing considers themselves good friends. The fans consider them good friends. The staff on both sides of the spectrum kind of make it out to look like that. But you could tell that there is a chance that they could be more than that if given the opportunity. But yeah, they're just good friends with a chance to be more than that. The next one is don't think about shipping. Leave it as it is. In other words, these are pairings that pretty much should not happen, but should just remain as being good friends and stuff. So I would say the these are ships that I don't think should happen, and they should just be left as they are. Um, and as people see them and all that. So as they are and as people see them. The other one is just good as best friends. In other words, yeah, they do have chemistry, but they're better off just being, BFFs and, kind of probably helping each other find that significant other if that's the case. So that's how I look at it there. And then the other one is no way ain't happening. These are ships that basically people would throw out there and say, hey, what about this? What about that? And in my opinion, it's like, ain't gonna happen. No way, Jose. Hey, no way. Period. So, you know, that's the thing. That's the category there. But those are basically ships that ain't happening. No way. No way they're gonna. No way that will be allowed. Period. To occur. So here is the ships. It's a big one. It's consisting of both. Excuse me. Consisting of both of MLP Friendship is Magic and MLP EQG Equestria Girls. So someone did a lot of work on this. So that's pretty cool. Give them a lot of respect. So, without further ado, as I get myself a sip of Coca-Cola here. So, without further ado, if you will, let's let's do this, shall we? And we're gonna start down here with Celestia and Twilight. And Celestia and Twilight, I see them. I see them basically, you know, as just good as. I see it basically as don't think about shipping, leave it as it is, because this is more of a apprentice mentorship. I mean, I know if you look online, there are certain, pictures, stories, web comics, SFM videos, and all that would say otherwise. But to me, this is something that you shouldn't think about shipping. Just leave it as it is. Basically, teacher, student, apprentice, mentor, and so on. And that's how I look at it. Luna and Twilight, um, I could basically, as I try to move it up here, this is a big list here. I could see, just good as best friends. I could see them being just good as best friends. Luna doesn't have the same connection that Celestia has with Twilight, so I could see Luna and Twilight being, just good as best friends, and that's about it. Discord and Twilight, yeah, that ain't happening. I mean, she'll tolerate him and be friends with him and everything like she was towards the end of the series, but not just because of Fluttershy, but because he did help finally redeem himself and realize the error of his ways. But yeah, Discord and Twilight, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. No way. Diamond Tiara and Apple Bloom. I don't think so. I think. Whoa, move that one too soon. Did I? Okay. Oh, I just messed up here. What was I? Where's Diamond Tiara? Where I just saw it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go here, guys? Hold on. Hold on. I think I lost it. Hold on. Is where did I put it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It just vanished. It just I don't know. Oh no, that's not it. Where'd it go? It just vanished here. Holy smokes! Holy smokes! That's a first. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Yeah, I found it. Diamond Tiara and Apple Bloom. I would say, had she remained the way she was before her redemption, I would say ain't no way ain't happening. But I could see them being just good as as best friends and stuff. I could see that. So I could see them being good as just best friends now that she's as now that she's redeemed. As I adjust my headset here, I do apologize for that. But yeah, I could see them being just good as best friends now. So I'm putting in that category. Apple Bloom and Tenderhoof. Yeah, I could probably see that. I could probably I could, you know what? I'll put it right here. Could see it being a ship based on what was shown, so I could see that happening because she did help him out. I think it was her. Sweetie Belle and Spike. To me, uh, let me try to get it up there. To me, I would say I would say it's a ship fans want to happen because basically both during the early run of the show were looked at as the pretty much the youngest siblings of their respective unicorns, if you will. Spike, youngest sibling, son-like, but youngest sibling to Twilight, and of course Sweetie Belle the Rarity. And pretty much throughout, fans, would see little hints here and there, like, the image I'm using is from, the ending of Canterlot Wedding in the season 2 finale. And then, of course, you had them dancing together in season seven's premiere in the background. So I could definitely see fans wanted to be shipped and everything. I could see that. But you know what? Now that I think about it, it's more along the lines of just good friends with a chance to be more. That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking. That they're good friends with a chance to be more based off this image that I'm using, and of course, like I say, them dancing in the premiere of season 7. So I think now that I think about it, they're in that category of just good friends with a chance to be more. That's how I look at it. Applejack and Fluttershy, yeah, that ain't to me. Even though they teamed up in like 3 episodes and stuff, I would say don't think about shipping. Leave it as it is. Leave them as best friends. That's how I look at it. Leave them as best friends. I mean, I cannot I cannot think about them being shipped as an item, and I know people would think otherwise, but I don't see it. The cakes, well, of course you got to ship the cakes. They're married, the canon, so they're gonna go straight to the top. There is no doubt about that. They're going straight to the shop, shipped in canon, cartoon, comics. They're in there. Smolder and Gallus. I don't know. I mean, I could see that. So yeah, I could see them being as just good friends with a chance to be more. I could see that. Human Flash Sentry and Twilight. That's Friendship is Magic. Twilight in human form. Uh, yeah, I don't think it's happening because again, this isn't the Twilight that comes in later, which gets dubbed Sci-Twi. This is Twilight Sparkle from Friendship is Magic in human form, and this is an actual human version of Flash Sentry. So I would say it ain't no way it ain't happening. So I'm gonna go with that. Unfortunately, I know some people might be disappointed, but I'm gonna go that route with it. Rainbow Dash and Applejack. Okay, let's be honest. It got shipped. We know it did. We would say originally you would think okay, fans wanted to be shipped, but I think we pretty much got confirmation at the end of the show in Last Problem that it was indeed shipped in the canon, in the cartoon, and the IDW comics. I think we pretty much saw that. So it is shipped. It is canon, no matter what people may disagree with anything on that. All right, Applejack and Spike. Yeah, this is one that is like as I've talked about before, is the second most popular ship in the show. Believe it or not, for the main 6 or main 7, and to me, I could see it, being shipped based on what was shown. But I'm going to put it in the category as fans want it to be shipped. They do because again, we have to go back and acknowledge that Disney Fanatic is the one that pretty much took what we saw in Spike at Your Service and said, yeah, this is a ship that I want to see I want to see happen. So yeah, it could go up here too, but I'm gonna say it's in the category of fans want it to be shipped. Spike in rarity, okay. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. I know people are gonna be like, "No, you wouldn't." Yeah, you're damn right I would. It's going there. Why? Because it's somewhat shipped in the canon, not canon, but somewhat shipped in canon when the cartoon. Okay, let me rewind here and get a drink of Coca Cola. Hold on, that's better. But like I said, it is somewhat shipped canon wise in the cartoon. If you look at the final seasons, and as far as the IDW comics go, they go a lot further with it. They go a lot further, or at least they show that they will go a lot further with it. So, in my opinion, it is shipped. It is a canonized ship in the cartoons, in the IDW comics, because of the fact of what you see in the final seasons, as well as what you kind of get in the IDW comics as well. So I'm going with shipped in canon, cartoon, in IDW comics. And I know, again, I might get flack for that, but that's how I see it. And I know, in a way, strangely, I'm not alone. Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash. Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash, essentially, um, they're just good as best friends. They're just good as best friends, right there. So yeah, they're just good as best friends, in my opinion. I don't think they could be any more than that. In fact, if you really want to get technical, I could say that, hey, they're the kind that could, excuse me, they could be like looked at as, excuse me, again, they could be looked at basically as almost sibling like because Rainbow looks out for Fluttershy and vice versa in a sense. Um, what else? Hold on, I gotta scratch my ear for a second. That's the one thing about wearing headphones as I adjust it again. I do apologize. I gotta adjust it. There we go. But yeah, basically, I could see Fluttershy and Rainbow being just good friends. I don't think I could see them becoming more than that than romantically if it, or anything. Um, we got Ember and I can't think of the guy's name. What was his name? Hold on. I'm gonna look this up, guys. I do apologize. I can't think of his name right now. Not no. Thorax. That's what it is. Thorax. Okay. I don't. Okay. Let me take that off now. Thorax. Right. Just came to me. But Thorax and Ember. I know what they were going for in Triple Threat. I think. So I would say I could say it's kind of confusing, but I could say you know I'll put it in the category of fans want it to be shipped. Again, gotta scratch my ear there. Let me adjust the mic again on my headset. Okay, everything good? Everything good? You guys can hear me? All right. But yeah, I'm gonna put it in that category because I think a lot of fans came away with it, or came away from that episode with the, I guess the thought that the staff was teasing, these two getting together or something. So I could see maybe um, I could see fans wanting it to be shipped based on what they saw in the episode. As I adjust my mic here again. Um, so Yeah, I could see it as being one that fans would want to be shipped based on what they was shown in the episode. Flash Sentry and God, I can't even think of a name. The girl that is known for now I gotta bring up Google to look this up. Here we go, the sirens, because I know she's a siren. Um, let's see. Uh, Sonata Dusk, I think that's the one. Or okay, I gotta look at this. I do apologize. Okay, let's see who is who here. Yeah, Sonata Desk. Okay, Sonata Dusk and the Human Flash Sentry. This one, Sonata Dusk and Human Flash Sentry. Eh, I would say, hmm, I'd have to say leave. I'd have to say no way it ain't happening. I have to go there. Sorry guys, I have to go with that. There ain't no way it's happening. There's no way. Okay, Smolder and Spike. I wish they would have used a better picture here. Smolder and Spike. Um, I could, I could see it being a ship based on what is shown in the show. You know, not just here and all that, but with Sweet and Smoky and stuff. So I could see it being a ship based on what was in the show. That being Spike and Smolder. Uh, Applejack and Sweetie Belle. Nah, I don't think so. I think they're just good as best friends. So yeah, I think they're just good as best friends. So I don't see anything happening there. Pinkie Pie and Applejack. Yeah, that's kind of like in the category of don't think about shipping, leave it as it is. Especially with the fact that they even to the end they tease the fact that these two might have a relation to each other, just based on ancestral history. So I'd say don't think about shipping, leave it as it is. Big Mac and Sugar Bell. I would say if it wasn't for one of the upcoming ships in a moment involving Big Mac, I would say yeah, let it happen. But I'm gonna go with just good as best friends. You know, just good as best friends. There's no way to avoid that now, especially with what happened later on. So I'd say just good as best friends. That being Big Mac and Cherry Lee. Not Sugar Bell, but Cherry Lee. I'm sorry. Sugar Bell is coming up soon, very soon. But yeah, Big Mac and Cherry Lee, I could see just being good as best friends and nothing more. I can honestly see that. Uh, Ocellus and Gallus. Ocellus and Gallus. Oh man. Um, I could say basically just good friends with a chance to be more if they wanted to do that, because remember she's a changeling, so she could change herself into anything. So if they wanted to go that route, she could turn herself into a griffin and boom, there you go. If you catch my drift. But yeah, she's kind of like with Smolder. She's kind of like Smolder and Gallus. It's like the good friends with a chance to be more. Gallus and Yona, yeah, that ain't happening based on what we saw in the show later. So I think they're just good as best friends. Gallus and Yona, just good as best friends. Silverstream and Sandbar, same thing. I think Silverstream and Sandbar are just good as best friend based on, like I said, what we would see later with Sandbar in the show. So yeah, Sandbar and Silverstream I could see as just good as best friends. Starlight and Sunset. This is not. Here's what we gotta remember. Just like with Twilight here, this is Pony Twilight in human form. This is Pony Starlight in human form. So I could say, they're just. I'm gonna say it. They're just good as best friends. They're just good as best friends because they got a lot in common. Both used to be antagonist villains, bullies, if you will, and now they're redeemed. And again, I think they're just good as best friends, in my opinion. Um, Adagio Dazzle and the other Siren Girl. Again, I gotta look it up again. I do apologize. Gotta look this up. Adagio Dazzle and Ara Blaze. Yeah, Ara Blaze and Adagio Dazzle. Um, I don't know. I mean, I would say it's I would put it in the category of fans would want it to be shipped. Basically, at the fact that they're kind of looked at as co-leaders of the trio. So Adagio, Dazzle, and Aria, I could see something fans would want to be shipped. Sunset and Saitwai, Sunset and Saitwai. This is definitely one that if I can get it up there, this is one that could be seen as a ship based on what was shown. So I could definitely see Saitwai and Sunset in that area, as it could be seen as a ship based on what was shown. That being Sunset Shimmer and Saitwai. Pinky and Rarity. Pinky and Rarity. I'm just gonna say that you know they're just good as best friends. I think that's probably the best thing for them is they're just good as best friends. Due to the fact that they're kind of like the opposites attract, and it works out better for them. And I do apologize for any lag, guys. Apparently, I got some lag here. I do apologize for that. But yeah, I could just see these two being more as like best friends and stuff. So um, just good as best friends. That's all I could see. Sandbar and Yona, okay, that's going to the top because that's pretty much been canonized from when from the episode when uh, Sandbar asked Yona out to to that dance to the very end when they're both basically residing over and working in Rarity's boutique in Ponyville. Yeah, this is pretty much shipped in canon, cartoon, and IDW comics. That being Yona and Sandbar. I don't think there's any denying that, and I don't think anybody watching this now or later would disagree with that. Sugar Bell and Big Mac, of course, canonized. That's going to the top two. That was pretty much started like season 7, I believe, and every season after that, they had an episode, and it was pretty much really emphasized with, best gift ever and all that. So yeah, Big Mac and Sugar Bell shipped in canon, cartoon, IDW comics, which resulted in them being married. So yeah, obvious they're going to the top, which is why Cherry Lee and Big Mac would be just as good as best friends. Like I said earlier, if they didn't go the route they did with Sugar Bell, then I would probably say, yeah, let's rank this higher. In fact, if it wasn't for them going with Sugar Bell, I would say I would put it in that category. But because they went with Sugar Bell, I just see them as good friends. Twilight and Fluttershy. try shy, as they would call it. Um, I would say, yeah, it's gonna go here. Just good as best friends and all that. Just good as best friends in my opinion. I mean, yeah, they had that team up episode of the Hooffields and the McCoults. I think season 5, and that to me just proves that they're better off as not just a good team, but as just best friends. That's just my opinion. This is my opinion. Um, Rainbow Dash and what's her name? What's her name? I know she was voiced by Zoe Saladina. Zoe Saladin. She was voiced by Zoe Saladina, the girl that plays Gomorrah. I know she was voiced by her, and I'm trying to see. I gotta figure out the name. What's the name? Oh, here it is. It's Captain Captain Serrano. Serrano. Captain Serrano and Rainbow Dash. I don't think so because of course what we see at the end of Last Problem. So I could see them again. Just being good as best friends. Captain Solano, and Rainbow Dash just be good as best friends. Um, Big Mac and Marble Pie. That's one that's going to go in the category of don't even think about shipping, leave it as it is because, again, just like with Applejack and Pinky, there's a chance that they could have relations even by ancestral means. And of course, again, just like with Cherry Lee, they've already established that Big Mac is with Sugar Bell. Uh, Sunburst and Starlight. Okay, let's be honest. I don't think we should be denying it. Them being both kind of like the the head mayor and the vice principal of the School of Friendship, in the way everybody was reacting, and the bronies reacting, all that. I think it was a subtle hint by the staff that yes, they got shipped in canon via cartoon and I think to an extent the comics. But yeah, I think they were shipped in canon by being basically the two people in charge of the School of Friendship. And they're the first two we see, you know, when the doors open in the School of Friendship at towards the end of Last Problem, doing the musical number, standing side by side. So yeah, there's no doubt. I think that was a subtle hint that these two got together, and I think it's obvious because they've been building it up since season 6 that something was going to happen, and that was their own subtle way of showing that something did happen. Uh, Sweetie Belle and God, Pipsqueak, yeah, Pipsqueak. Um, I don't think so. There's no way. I don't think it's happening. No way, ain't happening on there. So yeah, Sweetie Belle and Pipsqueak, no way, ain't happening. Gallus and Silverstream. This is one that. Oops, did I hit the wrong thing? No, I didn't. Okay. Gallus and Silverstream. This is one that you know fans want to be shipped, but I'm gonna say could see it being shipped based on what we've seen in the show. Because obviously you could tell that Silverstream has an attraction towards Gallus, and you can tell that Gallus is a little shy around her, but his shyness could kind of come off as saying, yeah, he likes her too. So yeah, based on this image and some other stuff, yeah, we could see it being we could see it being shipped, or could see it being a ship based on what was shown in the series. Rainbow Dash and Zephyr Breeze, yeah, ain't happening. Based on not just based on Flutter Brother, but what we saw in Twilight 7, or the 200th episode. You know, yeah, that ain't happening, my friends. It ain't happening. Period. So yeah, you can pretty much figure that's gonna go in that category. That being Zephyr Breeze, and Rainbow. Sandbar and Smolder. Um, I would say Sandbar and Smolder is definitely a you know just good as best friends category. There's a lot of that here, because you know. What I was saying, there's a lot of that here, and it's all based on the fact that people see potential ships going on here with the characters. But like I said, I could see them just being good as just good as best friends as I go back and forth. Now I'm kind of now my connection's all right. I do apologize again for any lag, but yeah, Sandbar and Smolder, just like Sandbar and Silverstream, I could see being just good as best friends. I don't think there's no debating that. Rarity and Prince Blue, Rarity and Prince Blue Blood, bleh, easy for me to say. Rarity and Prince Blue Blood ain't happening. Especially if you watch the season one finale, it ain't happening. Rarity and Prince Blue Blood, no way. Gallus and Sandbar, yeah, ain't no way. No, no, not happening. No, no. I could put it up here, but yeah, no, it ain't happening. And you can probably figure out. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm not. Look, you'll notice later. Oh, you have been noticing potentially, but yeah, I don't. All due respect, no offense, I just do not support that. If you know what I mean, that kind of shipping. Luna and Discord. This one, yeah, I'm gonna go up here and say don't, even think about it. Leave it as it is, because I could definitely see the fact that they would get along later, but based on the comics now, you don't know. Uh, actually, yeah, just leave it as it is. Kind of respect between the two. Same with Celestia and Discord. I know some people would say, well, why don't you put it down to the no way ain't happening? Because basically, there are some fans that look at Discord's relationship with both royal sisters and basically figure, yeah, there's respect there. There's an understanding, to where they could be friends, ends and everything, as long as he doesn't cause trouble. So I would say he's in that category with both of them of don't think about shipping, just leave it as it is. Lyra and Bonbon, that's going to the top because that got canonized. Let's be honest. I think everybody knew when they were hinting at them, being more than just best friends, that something was going to happen, and lo and behold, it did. Engagement, marriage, there you go. So yeah, they're shipped in canon, cartoon, and IDW comics. Lyra and Bonbon. If they didn't do what they did by, having them propose to each other in the background in one episode in the Big Mac question, I don't think anybody would, really consider it. In fact, I think it would be more like, it would be right here. But after what we saw, yeah, they went there. They went there. Um, Sunset and Twilight. Again, this is Pony Twilight in human form, and of course, Sunset's a pony, but mainly in human form. Um, that's one that. Hmm. I'm gonna put it in the category fans want it to be shipped. In other words, they want it to happen. You know, because human Twilight's the reason. Not human, but Pony Twilight in human forms, the reason that Sunset was able to redeem herself, or at least get the first steps going. But we never had anything more than that, and it's something fans would want to be shipped based on what they've seen. Yona and Ocellus, yeah, that I look at that more as just good as best friends, if you will. Especially since Yona ended up with Sandbar, so Jonas and Ocellus good as best friends. Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, Yeah, I think if you look at the last problem and all that, I would say it could see it being a ship based on what was shown, especially like I said in last problem when you see the grown up version of them. You know, so so yeah, I could see it being a ship based on what was shown. I could see that. Now you might say, well, why don't you just put it up here? I could, but we really didn't get any confirmation whether or not they did become an item. So I'm just going to say could see it being a ship based on what was shown, especially at the end. Sweetie Belle and Rainbow Dash. No, I don't see that. I see them being basically just good as best friends, if you will. So I see it like that, basically. I see it like that. Sweetie Belle and not Sugar Belle, but Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo. You know, I'm having trouble with some names here. I do apologize. But yeah, I could see them just like Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle. I could see Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo being just good friends and remaining that way. Uh, Adagio Dazzle and Pony Twilight as a human. No way, ain't happening. Ain't happening. No, forget about that. That's pretty much a no. Um, Fluttershy and Rarity. Um, I'm gonna say, just good as best friends. That's the way I look at it. Just good as best friends, in my opinion. Rarity and Fluttershy. Skystar and Pinky. Um, Based on what we see in the future, I would say they're just good as best friends. That being Skystar and Pinky, and of course that's from the movie. But yeah, I could see them being just good as best friends. Diamond Tiara and Spike, yeah, I don't see that happening. No, no way, not happening. Sci-Twi and this guy here, I can't think of his name right now, from Everfree Forest, the Everfree Forest movie. Yeah, I think that's pretty much canon now, based off that. So yeah, canon in the cartoon, the movie, the IDW comics. That's pretty much canon, if you will. Rarity and Twilight. Um, I could see it as something fans want to be shipped. I mean, if you listen to Thespio in one of the reviews he had with Voice of Reason, he basically ranted that Raritwi would be a thing. I think that's when they were reviewing Dragon Dropped. He said that Raritwi would be a thing. So he basically, in my opinion, represents the fans that would want it to be shipped. So yeah, I'm definitely going to say fans want it to be shipped. Pinky and Spike, no, I don't think so. I think once again, I would say, don't even think about shipping. Leave it as it is. With the friends, not best friends, but well, yeah, the best friends and everything. But just don't even think about it. All that. Don't even think about shipping and everything. Fluttershy and Spike, yeah, I'm gonna go same thing. Don't even think about shipping. Leave it as it is with them. Where they're good friends and everything and all that. So don't even think about shipping there. Spike and Scootaloo, where to go? Spike and Scootaloo, I could see as just good friends. I could see that just good as best friends if that happens. So Spike and Scootaloo, I could see as just good as best friends. Um, Sonata and Aria, um, I don't know. I would say don't think about it. Don't think about shipping them. Just leave them as they are. That's where I'll put that. Um, Rainbow Dash and Spike, because obviously they both like to prank a little bit, joke around a little bit, just like Rainbow Dash and Pinky. I could see them being best friends. I can see them, being just good as best friends and all that. Human Trixie and Sunset. Uh, no, I don't think so. I think, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna. I'll put it this way. I think they're just good as best friends. I'll put it that way. Human Trixie and Sunset, I think, are just good as best friends. Discord and Fluttershy, again, let's be honest. They didn't have to do what they did in Last Problem. They didn't have to have Angel say what he did when he was inhabiting Fluttershy's body, that, or even give off the little signs here and there. Let's be honest. They were shipped in canon in the cartoon in the IDW comics. And if you look at how Discord's reacting now in G5 comics, which is a continuation of G4, obviously Fluttershy being gone is his motivation to, I guess, try to get her back or something. So, yeah, there's no doubt. Shipped in canon, cartoon, and comics, Discord, and Fluttershy. Starlight and Twilight, that right there, again, is one that fans want to be shipped. Fans want it to be shipped. Based on the fact that, again, just like with Sunset, she helped her, come around, redeem herself. And just the fact that the interaction between both of them, the chemistry, fans like. So I could see, it being something fans want to be shipped. Let me get a drink of water here. I mean, Coca-Cola, sorry. Coca-Cola. Um, Applejack and Rarity, I should say. Yeah, that too is one that fans want to be shipped and everything. Now, if we're talking human Rarity and human Applejack, then yeah, it would definitely go up here to could see it as a ship based on what was shown, but because we're just seeing um, Friendship is Magic versions of Applejack and Rarity. Yeah, it's one fans want to be shipped, especially after a lot of the hints that get shown in the show with them, especially like going back to Best Gift Ever and stuff. So yeah, it's one fans want to be shipped. That being Rarajack, if you will. Big Mac and Fluttershy, yeah, that ain't happening. I could see them being just um, in fact, yeah, I could see them being just good friends and all that, just good best friends. Sombra and Chrysalis, yeah, that ain't happening, especially with Sombra being killed off, in the season 8 premiere. So yeah, that's pretty much an easy one there. Um, Silverstream and Yona, yeah, again, gonna go with just good as best friends deal, just like Smolder and Sandbar and Yona and Gallus, and Sandbar and Silverstream. So I'm gonna go Silverstream and Yona as just just good as best friends. Pinky and Fluttershy, um, yeah, I would say just good as best friends, if you will, just good as best friends and all that. So yeah, them going there, I could see that. I could see them being just good as best friends. Now you might say, well, what about these two and all that? Um, well, now that I think about it, yeah, I think Fluttershy and Applejack should be just good as best friends, and these two, Applejack and Pinky, just don't even think about shipping it because again, um, there could be some, family situations there. But yeah, I will change my mind and I will put Applejack and Fluttershy down here as just good as best friends, along with the one I just added, which is Pinky and Fluttershy. Sambar and Ocelis, I would say, yeah, just good as best friends and all that. Same thing with Ocelis and Silverstream. I could see them being just good as best friends and all that. Spike and Twilight, come on, guys. Come on. That's going right here. That's the don't think about shipping, leave it as it is. Because they are it's pretty much confirmed and I said it earlier. They are siblings. They are siblings, pretty much. That's about it. Rara and Countess Caratura and Applejack Rara. I'm gonna say just good as best friends. No, as a matter of fact, switch that. I think it's a ship fans want to see happen. So yeah, I think Rara and Applejack is a ship fans want to see happen, in my opinion. Flash Sentry and Sidetwy. Um, I would say just good friends with a chance to be more. Because again, we don't know what the status is of this guy, even though it's pretty much shipped thanks to the movie. But yeah, things could change. They could do a new movie, and this guy in Sidetwy could be no more, and it opens the door for Flash. So yeah, I'd say they're just good friends with a chance to be more if they wanted to do that. I'll give it that. Apple Bloom and Spike, I would say just good as best friends. That's how I look at it. Applejack and Twilight, I could see just good as best friends. That's about it. Pinky and Cheese Sandwich. Okay, guys, seriously. Again, it's canonized. It is official. I don't know why they would put that there. I mean, I understand maybe this tier list was made before the finale, but I don't think it was. But yeah, these guys are canon. They've been shipped in canon, cartoon, and IDW comics. I mean, they even did a season. What was it? 2-part season 10. Uh, 2-part season 10 story in the comics where basically Pinky was essentially trying to convince herself that she was in love with Cheese Sandwich. So yeah, it's the canon, the shipped in canon cartoon IDW comics. End of story. Derpy and Doctor Hooves. That's obvious. That's one that fans want to be shipped. Fans want it to be shipped, in my opinion. That being Doctor Hooves and Derpy, Muffins, if you will. Cadence and Shining Armor, guys, come on, seriously, they're married. They have a child. Come on, seriously. They are shipped in canon, cartoon, and IDW comics. Come on, seriously. You should know better. Just saying. Trixie and Twilight, yeah, I could see them being just good as best friends because she's finally redeemed, so that rivalry is over. Um, Capper and Rarity, yeah, that ain't happening. I don't think so. Even though he tried to flirt with her in the movie, it ain't happening. Rainbow Dash and Soren, that's gonna go right into fans want it to be shipped. Even though, again, it's pretty much canonized that these two got together at the end of the series, fans still want Soren and Rainbow Dash to be shipped. So I'm going to go with that. Trixie and Starlight, that one, I'm going to put in the category of just good friends with a chance to be more because even though it's hinted at very strongly that Sunburst and Starlight canon-wise or canonized-wise got together in the show, at the end of it, there's no real confirmation, and Trixie is there as, student counselor. So um, I could see maybe that still being a possibility. So I would say just good friends with a chance to be more. And that's just my opinion on that. That's just my opinion, on that. If you will, it's just my opinion on that. Well, I mean, what do you guys think so far? Let me know in the live chat, potentially, or in the comments below. What are your thoughts so far on some of these choices? Uh, oh, come on, guys. Bright Mac and Buttercup pear butter. You know, you know. Come on, seriously. Bright Mac and pear butter. You know, come on. I think that's her. I think that was her other name, right? Let me look it up here real quickly. Let me look it here. Look it up real interesting. Real quickly. Hold on. Um, yeah, pear butter. Pear butter. That's what it is. So yeah, come on, guys. Seriously, these two are canonized. They're the parents of Applejack, Applejack, Apple Bloom, and Big Mac. So yeah, they're canonized. I don't know why you would put that in there. Um, Ariana and uh, Flash Sentry, no way, ain't happening. Um, um, Dazzle and Sonata, I would say. Mm, I would say I would say Dazzle and Sonata is don't think about shipping, just leave it as it is. Smolder and Silverstream, that's easy. They're just good as best friends. They're just good as best friends. Smolder and Silverstream. Spike and Thorax, no, ain't happening there. No, thank you. Twilight and Rainbow Dash, again, just good as best friends. So just good as best friends. Thunderhoof, I think that's his name, and Scootaloo, I think that's the guy's name. I would say fans. I would say, it's that's kind of hard. Thunderhoof and Scootaloo. Mm, I would say I could see it being a ship based on what was shown in that one episode. I think that's his name. Let me check again. I do apologize for this. I think that's who it is. Let me see. Oh no, that's let me see who is the trying to think. What's his name? I know he's in here somewhere. I know he's in here somewhere. Let's see. Can't think of his name right now. Again, I apologize for any lag. I'm um trying to figure out something here. I do apologize. see. Let's see. I think it's on your marks. I think. I'm not really sure. Let's see. I know they opened up a camp. Hold on. I think they opened up a camp. Let me check something. Hold on. Again, I do apologize for any lag and stuff. Um, Marks and Recreation. Let's see. See. Trying to think. Marks and Recreation. That's the one. And hopefully I get the name here. Rumble. Rumble. Okay, that's what his name is. His name is Rumble. Okay, not Thunder Hoops. Rumble. I do apologize. Um, but yeah, fans fans could see. I could see it being a ship based on what was shown in Marks and Recreation. So Scootaloo and Rumble. Yeah, I could see see it being a ship based on what it was. I do apologize for that. I had to figure out what his name was again. I do apologize for all that. And let's go live again. One thing about the YouTube streaming is they like to kind of delay stuff and all that. But yeah, Scootaloo and Rumble, I could see as I could see being a ship based on what was shown in that episode. Twilight and Pinky, yeah, they're just good as best friends in my opinion. This one's probably going to be the biggest of all based on all these ships. But Twilight and Pinky, yeah, there's no doubt in the series, the movie, and the specials they were establishing the closeness that Pinky has with Twilight and everything. So so I could see them just being good friends, in my opinion. Just good friends. Period. Pretty much that goes for all the main six. Spike and Ember. Spike and Ember. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna put it up here. Fans want it to be shipped. They do. You know, in fact, I'll even take it a step further. I could see it being a ship based on what was shown. I could see it being a ship based on what was shown. So yeah, Ember and Spike, just like Smolder and Spike, I could see it being a ship based on what was shown in the series. Sunset and Dazzle, no, no way, that ain't happening. Rainbow Dash and Rarity, I could see being best friends. Scootaloo and Apple Bloom, yeah, that ain't happen. I'm not gonna say it ain't happening, but you're just gonna have to leave it as it is because again, these two are together. Scootaloo is looked at as pretty much the little sister of Rainbow Dash, adoptive little sister, where her parents are away. So I could, and pretty much the voice of Sweetie Belle, pretty much was wondering when she was reacting to the last problem in Brony's React. She was wondering, does that mean that Scootaloo and Apple Bloom are sisters now? So I'm gonna go off her reaction, her questioning, and say, yeah, I think it does. So by that, by that, thought process, I'm gonna say, yeah, don't even think about shipping them. Just leave them as they are. Smolder and Ocellus, yeah, I think that got teased a little bit, towards the end, especially when they got older. So I could put them in the category of just good friends with a chance to be more because of what was teased and everything. Mod and Mod and Mudbriar, yeah, let's be honest, guys, that's canon. I mean, they didn't change it or anything at all. It's canon. So, yeah, that's going to go up here to shipped in canon, cartoon, and IDW Comics, Mod and Mudbriar. Flash Century and Sunset. Um, yeah, I could see it being a ship. I could. Especially with the hints they gave off in some little music video shorts and all that. So I could see it being a ship based on what was shown. Sunset and Flash Century. Dazzle and Adazia Dazzle and Flash, no way, ain't happening. Tempest and Twilight, that my friends is a ship fans want. They want it to be shipped. Tempest and Twilight. I know I might get some disagreements and stuff, but that's the truth. Drinking more of my Coca-Cola. But yeah, fans would want it to be shipped. No doubt. That being Tempest and Twilight. Pinky and Rainbow Dash, yeah, I'm gonna go with just good as best friends because they both love pranks and stuff. So I'm gonna say just good as best friends here. Octavia and Vinyl Scratch DJ Pone 3. Yeah, I think it's pretty much obvious they might be an item, so I'm going to put them in the shipped in canon cartoon IDW comics category, based on what we've seen, especially with the 100th episode and even so on and so forth afterwards. So yeah, DJ Pone 3, Vinyl Scratch, and Octavia Melody. I'm going to say, yeah, the canon. I know I might get some arguments with that, but it's true. Uh, what's his name? Budbriar and the deer, or the cat? Not the deer, but the what was she? What was she? She wasn't the cow. The buffalo. That's right. Budbriar and the buffalo girl from season 1. I could see. I could see based on what I've heard. I could see it being a ship based on what I've heard. So yeah, I'll go with that. And last but not least, Yona and Smolder again. I think they're just good as best friends. So yeah, that's about it. And yeah, there we go. There we go, guys. So that's my tier list here. So let's go off what I have. In the category of no way it ain't happening, we have Twilight Discord, Twilight in human form with Flash Century and Sonata, Lady Bell and Pipsqueak, Rainbow Dash and Zephyr Breathe, Rarity Prince Blue Blood, Sambar Gallus, um, Odazia Dazzle and Pony Twilight in human form, Spike and Diamond Tiara, Sombra Crystallis, Rarity Capper, Flash and Aria, Spike and Thorax, Sunset and Dazzle, Flash and Dazzle. Those are the ones that I basically say no way ain't happening. Then, and probably what's the biggest category here, just good as best friends, we have Twilight Luna, Diamond Tiara Apple Bloom, Fluttershy Rainbow Dash, Sweetie Belle Apple Bloom, Cherry Big Mac, Gallus Yona, Sambar Silverstream, Starlight and Sunset, Rarity Pinky, Fluttershy Twilight, Captain Solano and Rainbow, Smolder and Sambar, Ocellus and Yona, Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo, Fluttershy and Rarity, Skystar and Pinky, Scootaloo and Spike, Spike and Rainbow Dash, Human Trixie and Sunset, Fluttershy Big Mac, Silverstream Yona, Applejack Fluttershy, Fluttershy Pinky, Sambar Ocellus, Ocellus Silverstream, Spike Apple Bloom, Applejack Twilight, Twilight Trixie, Smolder Silverstream, Twilight Rainbow Dash, Twilight Pinky, Rainbow Dash Rarity, Pinky Rainbow Dash, and Smolder and Yona. In the category of don't think about shipping, leave as is, we have Celestia Twilight, Pinky Applejack, Big Mac Marble, Luna Discord, Celestia Discord. We have Spike Pinky, Fluttershy Spike, Ariana and Sonata. We have Spike Twilight, Dazzle, Audacia Dazzle and Sonata, and Apple Bloom and Scootaloo. In the Just Good Friends with a Chance to Be More, we have Sweetie Belle Spike, Smolder Gallus, Ocellus Gallus, Flash and Cytwi, Trixie and Starlight, and Ocellus Smolder. In the category of fans wanted to be shipped, we have Spike Applejack, Thorax Ember, Audacia Dazzle, and Ari. We have Sunset and Pony Twilight in human form, Rarity Twilight, Starlight Twilight, Rarity Applejack, Applejack Rara, Dr. Hooves Derpy, Rainbow Dash Soren, Tempest Shadow Twilight. In the category of could see it being a ship based on what was shown, we have Tender Hooves and Apple Bloom, Spike and Smolder, Sunset and Cytwi, Silverstream and Gallus, Diamond Tiara Silverspoon, Scootaloo Rumble, Ember Spike, Sunset Flash Sentry, and what's her name? The Buffalo Girl and Brightburn, not Brightburn, but Applejack's cousin, Brightburn or something like that. I think that's his name. And then in the last category, the top one, shipped in canon, cartoon, and IDW comics, we have the Cakes, we have Applejack Rainbow Dash, Spike Rarity, Sambar Yona, Big Mac Sugar Bell, Sunburst Starlight, Lyra and Bonbon, Cytwi and what's that guy's name from the Everfree Forest movie, Fluttershy Discord, Cheese Sandwich Pinkie Pie, Shining Armor Cadence, Pear Butter and Bright Mac, Marble and Maud, not Maud, Maud and Mudbriar, I should say, Maud and Mudbriar, and finally, last but not least, Vinyl Scratch and Octavia, DJ Pone 3 and Octavia Melody. This is my tier list, guys. I know some of you may disagree with it, and that's fine. I will provide the link down below so you guys could check it out for yourselves and probably come up with your own ships if you want to. But this is my ship. These are my categories where I think they would land. Give me your thoughts down below and in the live chat. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Who would you place where? And guys, I am going to get myself some lunch now. Get myself a little bit more energy before I do another live stream if I do it. But, give me your thoughts. Let me know how you feel about this. Do you agree, disagree? Love to hear from each and every one of you. Support me over at patreon.com with the $1, $3 tier. Also, support me at Venmo at Brian-Walmer-2, Cash App at BWRoses98. Also, support me over at the Teespring store for merchandise you can't get anywhere else. Also, find me at deviantart.com, so that's BVW1979, and at VENMO at BWRoses. But guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about my choices here overall, category-wise? Let me know. And until then,